Magnus, Micah, nice to meet you.
Pleasure.
So, tell me, obviously everyone knows the name Navigraph. So what are y'all, like what's your new stuff coming out and what are you working on?
Right. So yesterday we announced 3 things. We announced the taxiway routing functionality.
Okay.
So we have built a mesh which you can use to navigate from the gate to the runway and from the runway to the gate. It will take into account eventually the airframe, for instance, such that you can taxi on the right taxiways. And there's also a nifty way to take the clearances that are being delivered to you from the air traffic controllers, and that way, instead of drawing on the charts, which is also
which is what I've been doing since the meeting.
Yes. I mean, there's different levels of doing this. Either you can take it down in the sweaty hand of your palm, basically, or you can have a scratch pad or something where you can go on and you use a highlighter and you draw on the charts.
Right.
What you'll be able to do now is to select individual taxiways and make your route from the runway to the gate or the other way around. Actually, this is best seen probably in the live feed that was broadcasted yesterday.
Yeah.
Because there Alex Cuddington, who is the mastermind behind this at Navigraph, is giving a demo. So it's easier to be seen there, I think.
Right. So
you guys are going to love it. We have received very much positive feedback around this.
Now, that'll work for any airport.
Okay, so this is built up.
Not any airport, but
there's always a little catch here.
Right.
So this is built on Jeppeson's AMDB mapping database. And what we do there is that we refine that into a mesh that we use this algorithm on. So I think we have something like 1,000+ airports, all the bigger ones, and that's probably also where this makes sense, because if it's a bigger or complex airport, this is where this makes sense.
Yeah, if you just had taxiway alpha, you don't really need that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That is where you need it. Then we also announced that we are going to include BFR charts from Squadrons Data. It's an Austrian partner that we are collaborating with now.
Okay.
So sometime this fall, you'll have an extension to the BFR charge coverage in Navigraph charts. That's no extra charge. This is included in the subscription. And then Symlink version 2 is going to enable a higher refresh rate, but more importantly, we're also going to enable the possibility of showing local traffic on your computer on Navigraph charts.
Okay.
So beyond ATC, for instance.
Right. So you're talking about simulated traffic, like
yes.
beyond ATC, or would it do VATSIM as well?
We already have VATSIM and we already have IVA, and we're working on...
Oh, I got you. So your local traffic that's on your computer.
Yes.
Okay, I got you.
So online traffic, network traffic, this is already up and running.
Right.
But what we're enabling now is local traffic. Pretty much any application now can hook up to Navigraph charts, so you can show traffic that application might be generating. So those are the 3 things that we announced yesterday. Then there's a couple of bits and pieces that are used in the works here as well. I think one major project that is definitely worth mentioning is a presentation that was given by Martin Tranquel and Jason here at Navigraph Academy. It's also coming this the possibility for people to take free classes at Navigraph, which also taken
Oh, that's awesome.
We have an e-learning system, and there's going to be 3 YouTube videos, and there's also Symlink is once again going to be a component here. So you're going to be able to do check rides. So you're going to fly, you're going to do coordinated flights, you're going to do traffic patterns, you're going to shoot approaches, and then we can give you a number how well you're performing. And if you're performing sufficiently well, we'll give you a pass.
So with that, I want to tune in on that specifically. How is it going to rate that? Is it going to be somebody watching them do this, or how is it going to?
Once again, it's our algorithms that are
okay.
This, and it will all make sense. You can watch this on FS Elite's platform because they were also recorded on a live stream in the States. And there's also a website already up on it, this Navigraph.com, devoted to Academy. You can see a little bit of how it's going to work there. So the way we decided is this. So imagine that weekend, it's a Sunday afternoon, and you don't have anything to do. So you're on your sofa, you're turning on YouTube, then you see Navigraph Academy videos. You can watch that as a neat documentary if you wanted to. But if you wanted to get up off the sofa and maybe engage a little bit more, then there's text material on the website, and there's some tests, some easy quizzes that you can take. If you wanted to get even more involved, then you can actually do these check rides in the simulator. So the idea is to basically get someone who's very not involved quite similar. I'm thinking that this could be something that remains, and then eventually onboard them onto it. Not only how to fly an airplane, but that activities.
Yeah. So one of the things, so my channel, I'm pretty known for like just tutorials. Like that is pretty much my bread and butter. I do everything else, right? But that's pretty much. I actually have a virtual academy, and it's like 30-something videos. It takes someone from the basically very beginning all the way through like airline stuff. So I'm very happy to see like a structured version of that coming, because I think that can be very beneficial.
This is how we wanted to be different, because there was no point in adding more to what's already there. So the ways in which we're different is that we do a very exhaustive treatment. So we're modeling this on the PPL curriculum, both the European and the American versions. We have 3 different instructors that are all pilots as well. If the folks are going to not only teach you, but also give you tidbits and anecdotes from real life.
Right.
And speaking of real life, we're recording half of this material in a real Cessna 170.
Nice.
So we have built, you could say, like a robotic rig that sits in the seat of the pilot, and that records in 4 or 5 different directions using similar seats where you have your So then we can switch from this simulator to the real shot and then back again. And I think it was unfortunate. It hasn't been done, at least not in the recent class it hasn't been done. So I think that we're pretty unique in this regard.
Yeah, I don't think 3D version. I mean, obviously you have other instructors out there recording their videos and stuff, but it's not from the perspective of as if you're sitting in the pilot seat. So
right. I remember one. I was reviewing some of the material here. Yeah. For instance, Andy, our community manager, he tells you about the possibility to induce a stall in a bank, and then you want to counter that by pulling your yoke in the opposite direction, which actually might be worsen the situation.
Correct.
And what we're doing there is that we're illustrating that with some real-world footage, and then we bring it over to the simulator, and we tell you what not to do and what to do, and then there's a theoretical framework around that with primary and secondary effects.
So you're doing this obviously with the private side, the private pilots.
Yes.
Are you considering to move this also into the commercial? So what I mean by that is like, so when your private pilot license or whatever, are you thinking about potential other ratings like instrument or commercial, or?
We're actually looking into now how to expand this, because we're nearly done with the PPL. And the question is, where do we take it from here? Is it instrument rating, or what do we want to do with it?
Right.
And this is a platform that can be expanded in any direction. So we're happy to take feedback on what is it that people want to learn.
Yeah.
We have a couple of given ones that we want to do, of course, and we can do them pretty much whenever. But also, we could maybe focus on specific airplane types, or specific ratings. So this can be taken in any direction, and will eventually be a platform of free courses. It's all teaching you how to fly and how to navigate.
Yeah, so I'm a radar controller on VATSIM. And one of the things that, we always struggle with is people who come onto the network and don't know, what they're doing. And so we're always looking for resources to point them to, say, hey, go do this, and so obviously private pilot level, I think, is a great entry level for people who don't know, and they're just jumping to the 747, and you're like, you don't even know how to actually do much. But I think moving into the airline space would also be beneficial. Not necessarily doing the whole almost more like a type rating of you should, at this point, you should already know all the basics. This is an advanced course kind of deal.
When you say this, it makes me think of 2 things. So one of the instructors in this Navigraph Academy, his name is Jason Supplement, and he used to be with Angle of Attack, Chris. And they made really great videos on airliners. it was a few years now.
Right.
So definitely that material can be rehashed and covered in a type and style that we do it in Navigraph acid. For sure. I would say so you mentioned VATSIM and other things, if we can increase the level of competence in these pilots, we will probably see networks where there's more patience, more understanding, more tolerance, and maybe sometimes a friendlier tone between controllers and pilots. And also, if you're investing in your profile, meaning your online profile, then you have a certain reputation to uphold.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm thinking that the people that want to
link the two.
Sorry?
Link the two. So like your VATSIM profile has to, hey, you have a virtual private pilot certificate. Because right now in VATSIM, you can upload, like I uploaded my own private pilot's license, and it shows up. Yep. Now you can have like a VPPL.
Exactly. That's exactly what we're doing for our social VPL. And so then you can have certain people that want to simulate and certain people that want to game. And you can tell the two apart. So the ones that are horsing around, they can do whatever they want to do, and the people that want to engage in serious simming, they can do whatever they want to do.
Right.
And we have some ideas on supporting this as well, which I'll cover maybe in a year from now. But we will make Navigraph charts a whole lot more social, meaning that you will be able to register a profile and maybe upload a profile picture, and then your training ratings and stuff will go on there as well, certain achievements, so that you know a little bit better who's out there in the airplanes next to you.
Right.
To talk.
Awesome. Well, Magnus, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Great.